What is up, y'all? TheeConciseKing here, finally back with yet another Apex Legends video. Keeping it short, sweet, and concise as always. How I have missed that. Sorry, gang, I've been away, y'all. I've been away. As some of y'all may know, I recently did just launch my podcast with my best friend, homie, called Moderately Fly, and it has been consuming a lot of my playing time and editing time, but nonetheless, I'm glad to be back with today's video. And y'all know I love talking about my sucky legends, so today I'll be delivering you guys just a brief rundown of all the current low pick rate legends struggling here in the Legacy Season 9. Now, some of you may have guessed it, some of you may not have any idea, but nonetheless, guys, tap in as I have a like goal of 25 likes on today's video. And guys, clap it up as we just made 300 subscribers on the road to that 350. And I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers who may have found me through a simple breakdown, a guide, my weekly Apex Legends coin giveaway, or my 1v1 tournament. I want to keep giving to y'all as much as you guys have been pouring and giving to me. Now, let's go ahead and shoot for 350. And again, it's your boy TheeConciseKing here to deliver you the worst pick rate legends here in the Apex Legends arena. Let's get it.
I can feel the world get farther. Every year the stars get...
First off, we start with the Season 8 loose cannon himself. Oh, Walter Fuse, surprisingly sitting with the highest pick rate actually out of the worst pick rate of legends, guys. He's coming in with a nice 2.4%. Now we do need to take into consideration this is actually decreased 1.34% from his last season launch, y'all. And I can't help but think while Apex devs thought supplying Fuse's kit with an additional cluster grenade, making his tactical come out to be, I want to say 2 cluster grenades instead of 1, even so, that didn't really command the player base to give old Fuse another shot here in the arena. Let's talk about his ultimate, Motherload. I like to jump back to the Season 9 Legacy launch trailer where we got to see a nice glance of Fuse using his Motherload in action. Now in that particular video, I remember saying to myself, wow, it looked like they increased the Motherload in some way. They made the wall much taller and much harder to see through, which was basically me trying to allude to some kind of hope that we absolutely need more ability effectiveness when it comes to even trying to raise Fuse's pick rate. With yet another vertical type legend, High Valkyrie, here in the Apex Legends arena, you have to think about it. That's yet another legend who can easily escape Fuse's Motherload. So listen, my guess is that his pick rate gets no better if the confidence is not instilled in Fuse mains to believe that they can use his kit in whatever scenario and have much more of an effect that it was intended to have in the first place, and not get shredded in every single fight. Now, let's move on. Moving on to Caustic, who is sitting at a 2.3% pick rate right now here in Season 9, up just actually 0.36%. Not too much to dive into here, ladies and gentlemen, except 5 tick and 5 HP or 5 damage, however you'd like to hear it, or however you would like to paint it out in your head. Since receiving his most talked about nerf at the start of Season 9, his Nox gas only does a 5 damage tick instead of the previous 6, increasing per second all the way up to a 12 damage. Caustic mains have clearly decided that we're not doing this season. They decided to give him up and give him a rest all of Season 9 until maybe some kind of miracle wave of patch notes comes through with a much more equitable balance to the gas trapper himself, y'all. Right now, Caustic main feels to be at some kind of disadvantage, since the whole Apex Legends community knows of such a nerf here on Caustic. There's been a constant surge in a big I don't give a energy when it comes to fighting in a Caustic gas. With such a small effect, opposing players are willing to fight and push despite taking 5 HP damage, and if they can down Caustic and even kill him, it'll be all the more worth it. Now for number 3, we have Rampart sitting at a 1.4%. Now she's just up the 0.3% from last season, and as much as Rampart has been at the bottom of the barrel literally since her launch, if slowly but surely was a person, it'd be the gunsmith legend herself. We've seen so many changes to Rampart and to her kit over the course of, I want to say, the last 2 seasons, and they have absolutely been slowly but surely plopping Rampart's pick rate up at every corner. From increasing her amped cover health, even in building stage, to reducing time it takes to deploy. The only problem here that seems to be left for Rampart is getting her ultimate, Sheila, to be on par with Rampart's kit. Now Sheila is still taking an ample amount of time to use, I'd say. The player's chances are still running high of getting ambushed, flanked, and overall their team not being there to protect them right by their side. So the idea and the concepts of allowing Sheila to be mobile has got to be flooding the Apex Legends developers' minds day and night. It's maybe the only biggest change they really would need to work on to make Rampart show that she is not to be messed with. Respawn has spoken so much in the past of not wanting to tweak her amp covers so much, because if they would, it would go on to make her some kind of overpowered entity. But right now, a stationary ultimate in such a high-paced game, now that may be a little too insignificant for the modded loader herself. Now sitting at another 1.4% pick rate close to Rampart, however being down negative 0.48% from last season, it's the never-ending Reddit conversations, ladies and gentlemen, of the legend, Crypto himself. Now Crypto, he's not a tough nut to crack, and the only idea I see is Respawn just taking their sweet time on fixing one of the better legends of the Apex games. Crypto's kit, when used well, is so very opportunistic. He can recover banners, he can scan survey beacons, scout for loot ahead without actually having to be present. Players underestimate this idea of leaving his drone set up discreetly. He is the surveillance expert, so his drone needs to be able to do work while he's not exactly inside of it controlling it. However, let me stop the cap. If there's one thing to be desired from his kit that'll make him a lot easier to use and to wield, is the idea of a self-controlled drone. Now I've spoken about this, guys, in my Crypto Needs a Rework video. His passive Neuralink, which allows him and his teammates to see the highlighted enemies, is the only effective thing that Crypto has going for him. Now that effect, when the drone is actually set up in a remote location, it can be used so well. Timing is everything with Crypto, and you will find most often all of your teammates leaving the game if Crypto is not precisely there and present in a fight with his squad. No one cares if he can recover banners if he's not willing to be present in a fight. This has caused his pick rate to deplete so much so and be a constant struggle until we can see some kind of positive changes here and maybe even a rework, a huge rework for Crypto in the future. Now last but not least, this one, I'm not gonna lie, this put a dagger in me, okay guys? Last but not least, we have the legend, but the absolute worst pick rate is my second main, Wattson, guys, sitting at 0.9%, down 0.25% from Season 8. This was very an unintentional dip for Wattson, I really have to say. We start Season 9 with Respawn mistakenly nerfing Wattson's electrical fence. Initially, the fence is supposed to stun and slow your enemies. However, with this mistake at the start of Season 9, that actual effect was no longer present due to a bug in the game. Now, Respawn has finally come around as of the 24th at 10 a.m. delivering not only that sweet arenas penalty, but alongside this, a bug fix for Wattson. Alongside it, all unintentional bug fixes and legend changes. They call this the new client 1.69 patch notes. The slowed effect has been restored, however, but I do think overall the Apex community and Wattson mains are expecting a total rework for Wattson and her electrical fences. Maybe her traps become more durable when you have to plant them mid-fight. I also feel her fence itself is not strong enough, or it doesn't do a great damage of really stunning and slowing your enemies. So there's a lot to be desired for Wattson. Hopefully we can see this pick rate go back to what it once used to be. She didn't always have a lacking and very insignificant pick rate. She's always been such a valuable legend, and hopefully she can get back to that great spot. And guys, that's actually all I got for today's video. Season 9 worst pick rate legends as of right now. Now, I've been reached out to about doing some kind of gun ranking video, so maybe I'll start with assault rifles in my next video. Until then, I do thank you guys so much for tapping into the video. Be sure to leave a like for my like goal of 25 likes. And of course, guys, be sure to sub to the channel, turn on those post notifications so that you don't miss a giveaway, you don't miss a stream, and that you don't miss our weekly 1v1 tournament. It's your boy, TheeConciseKing. Hopefully, I kept it short, sweet, and concise. And I'll see you guys in the next Apex Legends video, in the next Apex Legends live stream, and of course, always, in the Apex Legends arena. Peace.
I can feel the world getting farther. Every year the stars get